Hey guys, welcome to my channel. So this video is kind of unconventional. I am recording this video to share a journal entry that I wrote for myself, and it was kind of giving voice to my ego, and I let my ego say 5 different statements, and after that I just kind of journaled and let my thoughts kind of flow based off the statement that my ego made. And when I was done, I realized it was really healing for me, and I decided to share it with you guys because I don't know who else this could help or just bring clarity to someone else who is maybe battling with the same struggle or the same thoughts. So yeah, that's what this video is going to be about, just me sharing a journal entry. And if you're interested, stick around. If not, then just, feel free to tune out or click out of this video. So thank you guys for being here. Thank you for letting me be open and honest with you. And this is a judgment-free zone, and I'm just going to be as authentic as I can, and just hopefully this helps bring clarity for somebody else as well. It says, the voice of my ego. The first statement that my ego made was, part of my identity still remains with the people that I lost. Part of my identity still remains with the people that I lost. And my own reflection on this statement was, part of my identity is lost because of who I thought I was going to be with them and who they were supposed to be for me. A part of me is still back there with them, and maybe still lost in the idea of what I thought we could have together. But a big part of my healing journey has been soul retrieval and calling those versions of myself back to myself, and letting go of illusions or false realities that just never existed in the first place or were never meant for me to experience. So the second statement that my ego made was, I felt unsupported by the people I wanted to be with the most. I'll repeat that. I felt unsupported by the people that I wanted to be with the most. The next part is my analysis of what that statement means. And I said, their inability to show up for me, even though I was consistently showing up for them, caused me to be jaded. It made me feel like I had unrealistic expectations and needed to drastically lower them so that I wouldn't get hurt. It also made me feel like something was wrong with me for constantly showing up when no one asked, wanted, appreciated, or understood why I was or why I did. And then I wrote foolish next to it. It made me feel very foolish. I was always showing up for them, or why I was always waiting on them, or why I was always present in these relationships where they just weren't reciprocal. It made me feel foolish. Like I should have lowered my expectations, or I should have walked away sooner. Probably would have realized they weren't holding me to the same regard I was holding them to. The next statement my ego made. I see a future in the spaces that confuse me. I'll go repeat that. I see a future in the spaces that confuse me. And then here's my analysis of what that means. My ability to see potential in everything and everyone has caused me to plant seeds that sometimes grew roots in a foundation or soil that didn't really exist. Then I am left wondering why this plant or tree never sprouted, flourished, or bore any fruit like I had anticipated. So the places I began to plant seeds, hoping for a future or a result or growth or just beauty to exist in these connections or in these spaces, I realized where I planted them was in a false reality. It was in false soil. There was no true foundation. The soil was not conducive to the growth of these connections or experiences or people or relationships or whatever it was that I planted there. It was not conducive to allow for true growth and thriving to take place or to happen. And I guess that was my analysis of it, was to help my ego understand that. Like, it wasn't that I did something to prevent this future. It was that it didn't have a solid foundation to begin with. The next statement my ego made. I feel most alive in the places that I am no longer welcome. I feel most alive in the places that I am no longer welcome. My analysis of this. Living in the past is a redundant statement because to be alive is to be present. Your life is happening in the present. Memories of the past will always be with you. They may have even helped shape you, but they cannot keep you from experiencing the present, the presence, joy, and life that you most desire. Only you can. Accept what once was, accept what has changed, and live fully in your now. I realized at this point I was giving advice. Because there are parts of me that literally feel like I can't move on, or that I can't find happiness in my today because of some of the really amazing and wonderful experiences I had in the past, and realizing these places do not exist, or I cannot go back there as time evolves. And I guess the advice I was giving myself was the memories will always be with me, but the choice to not be present or create new memories is my own. Once I accept what has been and what has helped shape me and evolve me, then I can truly move on and experience what is meant for me today and the new experiences that are available to me in the future. Even in my now as well. So yeah, that really helped me once I wrote that. Last statement. I have no idea how to be truly happy. I have no idea how to be truly happy. My analysis. The same way you know what makes you sad, angry, disappointed, and confused, you know what will make you truly happy. You need to be honest with yourself about all of your emotions. Give them a name. Give them a purpose. Give them a voice. Give them a presence. I'll say that again. You need to be honest with yourself about all of your emotions. Give them a name, give them a purpose, give them a voice, and then give them a presence, okay? Allow them to come up from you. Allow them to wash over you. Allow yourself to become one with them. And then release the shackles that bind you to them. They are not a part of your identity. They are a part of your experience. You are free to choose your own experience. Okay, so that was my journal entry to myself from my ego. Well, no, to my ego from myself. I guess it was a journey explaining back and forth between me and my ego, having a deep conversation, because I realized a lot of things in me that are keep me in repeated cycles, or reared its head as an idea or a mentality that I know has not been serving me. And this was my chance to address it head on with clarity of why I may still hold on to these beliefs, but also how to move forward and no longer let these statements be my truth anymore. So I hope it helped somebody. I hope me being vulnerable and sharing this part of myself allowed you to recognize some similarities within yourself or some repeated patterns within yourself. And hopefully I was able to give you some advice the way I was able to help myself. So I love you guys. Thank you so much for being here. And I will see you in my next video. Thanks.